It's over, Prince Harry told. No way back into the royal family fold after Snub. Prince Harry has been told there is no way back into the regal fold, according to an express.co.uk poll, after his request for the royal family to lay a wreath at the Cenotaph on his behalf was refused by Buckingham Palace on Remembrance Sunday. Earlier this year, Harry and his wife Meghan Markle said they were stepping down as senior members of the royal family. They're currently living in a quiet suburb in Los Angeles with their young son Archie Harrison. The rest of the royal family continue to remember the fallen troops on Remembrance Sunday, but Harry suffered humiliating snub even though he served more than a decade in the military. Harry is believed to be deeply saddened after his request to lay a wreath at the Cenotaph on his behalf was denied by the courtiers due to him no longer being a working member of the royal family. Instead, Harry and Meghan were photographed laying wreaths in Los Angeles, but this triggered online criticism, with people accusing the Duke and Duchess of staging the pictures despite stepping down as members of the royal family. His grandmother, the Queen, who is believed to be unaware of the request from Harry, has continued to keep the door open for his return to the frontline duties, but express.co.uk members have overwhelmingly said that there is no way back for Harry into the royal family fold following his latest snub. The poll, which ran from 8:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. on Monday, November the 9th, asked, is there any way back for Harry after the royal snub? A huge 91%, 6,478 readers who voted said there is no way back for Harry. Just 7%, 457 readers said there is still some hope for him, while remaining 2%, 171 readers were undecided. Express.co.uk readers lashed out at Harry with one raging, it's over, done. He wanted a quiet life away from the media glare. He got it. Renounce your royal titles, Harry, and live quietly as Harry Windsor in a suburb of Los Angeles. A second furious reader commented, any snub that has been exercised has been by Harry when he chose to leave our country, and went on to insult its population with his comments. Another reader launched a stinging attack on both Harry and Meghan, accusing them of turning an act of remembrance into a photo opportunity. They said, for somebody demanding privacy and classing this as a private act, they sure do like to make sure their photographs released. A fourth reader wrote, why did he arrange to go to the British Embassy's commemoration service? Definitely without her. He would have earned himself a lot more brownie points if he would have done that and not made a spectacle of themselves by arranging photographers and press to be at that pathetic ceremony that they cooked up between them. The Queen led the nation in marking Remembrance Sunday, with the 94-year-old monarch joined by the other members of the royal family at the Cenotaph in London. Boris Johnson was joined by Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer, as well as former Prime Ministers Sir John Major, Tony Blair, David Cameron and Theresa May. Harry told the Declassified podcast the act of remembrance is a profound act of honour. It's how we preserve the legacies of entire generations and show our gratitude for the sacrifices they made in order for us to be able to live the lives we live today. When I get asked about this period of my life, I draw from memories, I draw from what I remember and who I remember. Like the first time we were shot at and who was I with, the casualties we saw and those we saved, and the first medevac we escorted out of contact in a race against time. Once served, always serving, no matter what. Being able to wear my uniform, being able to stand up in the service of one's country, these are amongst the greatest honors there are in life. To me, the uniform is a symbol of something much bigger. It's symbolic of our commitment to protecting our country as well as protecting our values. These values are put in action through service, and service is what happens in the quiet and in the chaos. Meghan Markle had no time to hear choir before wedding day. Meghan Markle had no time to hear their last arrangements of the chapel choir performance before her wedding to Prince Harry in 2018. The former Suits actress and Prince Harry announced their departure from the senior roles within the royal family in January. Since then, they have relocated to Montecito, California, and have brokered a Netflix deal with a reported £112 million. The Sussexes have been criticised by some, including Good Morning Britain star Piers Morgan, after they pleaded for privacy but remained in spotlight. But the change in perception over the royal couple, more than 1.2 billion tuned in to watch the wedding and celebrate the nuptials, while the ceremony at St. George's Chapel seemed to run smoothly. Karen Gibson, conductor of the Kingdom Choir, claimed otherwise. Miss Gibson fondly recalled getting a phone call for a vocal group to perform at Harry and Meghan's nuptials. She told the Standard that year, I was on the number 87 bus. A woman said, we would like to invite you to sing at the royal wedding. I said, you're joking, right? There was a silence. I said, "Oh, you're not joking at all," so that was a mad moment. Despite her surprise, Miss Gibson admitted she received a tip-off about an important call from a friend who worked at Clarence House, the official residence of Prince Charles and wife Camilla Parker Bowles. She recalled the moment during EOS Built series, saying, "You're going to get a call, Karen, but I can't tell you what it's about." But Karen spoke. It was the pre-call to the call. When Miss Gibson didn't hear from anyone for a few days, she presumed her friend had been mistaken. Meghan Markle, Karen Gibson, and the Kingdom Choir performed standby at the royal wedding. She thought the call would come that night or the next day, but it didn't, so I thought, it's nothing. But then I got a call when I was in the bus. Miss Gibson claimed her choir had to make 12 changes to their version of Ben E. Kings's 1961 song Stand By Me. She claimed the royal couple didn't hear the final version, which she described as their most stripped back until the big day itself. Miss Gibson said the original version was pure gospel and was very full-on sound, which the choir typically would have performed. She added, "Gospel music is all about the cherries on top, and it's not about stinting on anything, but we got word back that they wanted something a little less, so we did a second version which had an Atta James arrangement, but again we had word back that it wasn't right." Miss Gibson told Hello in 2018 that the couple hadn't had time to hear the last arrangement because they requested some final tweaking before the wedding. She said, "None of us were nervous on the day about performing, but I was nervous as to whether this will be exactly what they wanted. I felt incredible on the day." Before their performances, Miss Gibson and her choir attended Kensington Palace for tea and biscuits and a chat. She claimed to see how much they were in love from how they looked at each other and how they listened to each other's point of view. Concerns about the choir's arrangement wasn't the only drama to unfold on the big day. After 7-year-old page boy Brian Mulroney flashed a cheeky grin during the service, the youngster's amused expression, which some compared to a royal photobomb, went viral and was later explained to be because he had never heard a trumpet before. His father, Ben Mulroney, husband of one of Meghan's close friends, Jessica, told Canadian TV show Your Morning that they had no idea their son was an internet star. Mr. Mulroney said these kids are so young that there was a lot of worry that it would get not right done, but they're having so much fun with it, which to me was the thing that gave me such pride. We didn't put too much pressure on them, that this wasn't joyful for them, and it was pretty darn joyful. What a beautiful day. The kids had a chance to get to know each other a little bit during the rehearsals and had some get-togethers. Britain lost Meghan Markle within a week of her wedding after she was turned from a very serious human rights campaigner into Prince Harry's hottie, author of new biography claims. Britain lost Meghan Markle within a week of her wedding after she was turned from a serious human rights campaigner into Prince Harry's hottie, a royal biographer has claimed. Royal expert Sean Smith appeared on Lorraine Today to discuss his new book, Meghan Misunderstood, where he said that the Duchess of Sussex, 39, had been a very serious person before meeting the Duke, 35. The royal biographer insisted, "My feeling when I wrote the book is we lost her within a week. Actually, it was extraordinary. Here was a woman who went from being a human rights campaigner to Prince Harry's hottie within a week." Meanwhile, he added he could never see the Duke and Duchess, who are currently living in their $14 million mentioned in Santa Barbara, returning to duty as full-time working royals. Appearing on the program, Sean defended Meghan, who was working as an actress on the TV show Suits when she met Prince Harry. The royal biographer explained she was a very serious person before she met Prince Harry. Prince Harry doesn't come into my book till page number 175. By then, Meghan had received a standing ovation led by the Secretary General of the United Nations. Lorraine added, "It just seems terribly sad they could have done so much good before it started to unravel in South Africa." She was highlighting incredible charities, but it got overshadowed by her interview and all the great work they had done. Nobody was talking about that. Meanwhile, Sean said that the ITV documentary had sparked his interest in Meghan and her life, revealing, "I thought, what's going on here? Why is she so upset? Who has been treating her poorly?" It was, among other things, a very negative press and the men in grey suits in palace corridors. We haven't given her a fair crack of the whip. And looking at the feature, Sean said he could never see the pair coming back to full-time life as working royals. He explained, I don't think there is any chance of them being full-time working royals in the future. It was only if there was some kind of compromise, and it takes two sides to compromise.